Okay, so wanted to make a video, little housekeeping, I guess I should say. Since we got a lot of new subscribers, first of all, welcome. And thank you to all the old subscribers. But we had a lot of questions I was sent about why things are the way they are. So I thought I would just make another housekeeping video. So there are a few things I need to go through. There's 10 things. I'll just highlight them as quickly as I can. Well, my first rules, the 3 rules I've had since the beginning. Number 1, respect my other subscribers. So when we are in the comments, and politics is a very divisive issue, I don't want any arguing in the comments and the arguing in the live streams back and forth. Like, let's not do that. Because what my thing is, I don't want people scared to comment. Like, if they say something, I don't need 9 people, are you crazy, and this, and jumping down their throat. So respect the rest of my community, pretty please, and thank you. Number 2, don't tell me what to do. This is my channel. If you don't like it, there are other channels to go watch. Number 3, don't call me son. I don't find that funny. It's not a term of admiration to me. It has a racial overtone, and I would just prefer you not call me son. Okay, so those are my 3 rules since the beginning. So here are some additional things that I just wanted to bring up because they come up in our live streams a lot. So number 1, if someone comes into the chat, this is to the moderators, if someone comes to the chat and they're asking for a personal reading, you don't have to time them out and you don't have to delete their message. Reason being is I don't have my Apprentice Oracle channel anymore. Therefore, I'm not doing personal readings over there. I will do personal readings over here. But that's just if we're not in the middle of doing something else. So more than likely that person at the most would just have to wait until we're finished doing what we're doing, even if we're in the middle of food talk. So you can leave those messages in there because, like I said, people are recommended to my channel through YouTube, and YouTube just says, oh, this is a tarot channel because you've watched other tarot channels. They don't know that we're doing food talk or political readings or anything like that. They just figure this is a tarot channel, so let me go and see if I can get a question asked. So that's why they post personal questions in the chat. They're not trying to be disruptive. They're just recommended to my channel, and therefore they thought, well, let me give it a shot. So you can leave those questions in there. Also, thank you to the moderators because, like, you don't really get anything for doing it. So thank you for moderating and keeping the chat clear. Thank you very much. So other readers in the chat room. If you see a reader in the chat room, then we can talk about that reader. If you see Jen there, if you see Becca there, if you see Lori, you see Gonga, you see Whimsy, you see these people in the chat room, then we're talking about them. We can talk about them all day, every day. If there is not a reader in my chat room, I don't want to hear about that other person. The reason being is not, oh, I don't want them stealing my sunshine, because they're not even here. So anyway, the reason being is there were a few videos made by other people, not just people in the reader community, but other people, period. Other psychic channels and all these other type of things that were naming people by name and bashing the crap out of that person or persons. And so I don't want that over here. And then secondly, every time somebody brings up someone's name in the chat, inevitably somebody else has something negative to say in the chat. So this is the reason why, if that person is not there, we are not talking about them. Leave their name off my channel. This is the reason why. We don't do advertisings and shout outs in the chat. We don't do readings in the chat. So I don't like when people are reading along with us and posting it in the chat room. That's distracting, and I don't like it. So No mentioning other people in my chat room, pretty please. And that is the reason why I don't want to give a platform to anybody being bashed. If that reader is in the chat, then more than likely you're not going to bash them while they're in there. So this is why, if they're not in my chat room, I do not want to hear about what they got in their reading. Oh, such and such got that this morning. I don't care what such and such got. Leave their name on their channel. Don't go put my name on their channel either. That's their space. That's rude. So leave their name over there. Leave my name over here. Personal readings. If you want a personal reading from me, it is $20 for one question, and it's by email. If you need to talk to somebody, I recommend Lori from The Way of Positive Change. You can go and get a reading from her. I recommend Jen from Jen Lantero, Adrian from Red Lentil Healing, Becca from the House of Lenormand. Like, these are the people I've gotten readings from. So I would recommend you go over there and try if you just need to speak to someone. If you just want a reading by email, then I can do that for you, tarot'sapprentice@gmail.com. It's $20, one question. I email the spread to you and tell you what it says. P.O. Box. The P.O. Box is not coming yet. Like I said in one live stream, it is $250. So I have to wait until I take care of my obligations first, and then I will go and get a P.O. Box. I just said about the readings in the chat. Please just don't do it. Just don't. It's distracting to other people in the chat and is rude to me. Posting the names of the decks that I read with. I threw all the boxes away because I don't need them. If I remember, then I'll let you know. But here's the thing about posting anything and timestamps and all this type of stuff. When I post a video, I very rarely go back to it to try to do anything else. So I don't edit it. I don't add tags. I don't put nothing in the description box. It's not auto-generated. So I'm more than likely never going to post the name of the deck in the description box because I will never remember to do that. And I'm not going to write it down because I'm not going to remember to look at that. When I'm in my zone of doing my readings, I do all my readings at one time. And so that's 20 to 27, 30 readings. I usually do one a day. So that's usually how many I do, and I do them all at once. And so I don't really have the wherewithal to go back and try to edit anything. So that's probably not going to happen. Closed captions. Someone had a few people ask, I can't hear, can you do closed captions? Listen, from the beginning of my channel, I have had people say they could not hear me. I am not fooling with I can't hear anymore. If you can't hear, I can't help you. So you're going to have to try to find and do something else or stop watching altogether. I can't help you. Self-promotion. Please don't do self-promotion in my chat room. Let me promote you or let me shout you out if that is something I feel like doing. If you want to email me and say, hey, can you give me a shout out or whatever, or just the easiest thing to do. This is like I'll give you the behind the scenes, the way you can do this. If you have a tarot channel, sign into your tarot channel and then go in the chat and talk to people. Do not say, hey, I did, like I said, don't go self-promoting like, hey, I did a reading this morning. Just go and say, hi, I'm the first place that the reason I found Becca's channel is because Becca was in the chat. I seen House of Lenormand and I'm like, oh, what is that? That is how you should do it if you want people to see who you are. Sunday readings are pre-planned. We have questions that we post on our community tab. A lot of people say they can't find the community tab. If you go to that person's page, it'll say community tab at the top, or the way I get it is it's actually on the home screen of YouTube. But we don't do readings from the chat room on Sunday because we already have a huge list that we never get through. We never get through the list. We have a huge list of readings we're already doing. So I don't want you to think we're ignoring you or that's because some people super chat their question. We're still not answering your question because, again, we have a whole list of questions we already had beforehand. So let me go back through. That was a lot. Personal readings, please don't do that in the chat. Other readers in the chat, please leave their name out, just as a respect for the people in the who's doing the actual video. P.O. Box, I'll get it one day. Personal readings, if you want it, tarotsaprincess@gmail.com. It is by email only. I do not do phone readings or Skype anymore. Readings in the chat, please don't do that either. Don't post your reading in the chat. You have your own channel, post it there. Posting the names of decks, I will never remember to do that. If you need to know, email me and ask me. Closed captions, I'm not fooling with people who can't hear. If you can't hear, I can't help you. Self-promotion, please don't do that. If you need a shout out or something of that nature, please contact me first. But it's just like I said, all you got to do is sign into your account and come in the chat and talk to us. Sunday readings are pre-planned. So we have the questions beforehand. Before we go live, we already have questions. Last one is when I go on my walks, please don't ask me where I am. Please don't ask me to pan my camera around so you can see where I'm walking. And I'll just leave that there. So thank you very much. Y'all have a nice day.